It's true to say the Festival of Speed wouldn't be complete without a spectacular automotive sculpture in front of the house. Since the festival's early days, these soaring artworks have formed an unmissable centerpiece to the event. All have had a theme, a celebration of a particular marque or model or specific motorsport achievement, and all have been breathtakingly huge, real engineering feats in their own right. 416 has been following the construction of this year's sculpture, which has a theme to strike a chord with every enthusiast. The 50th anniversary of a true sports car legend, the Porsche 911. The central displays are the work of the designer and sculptor Gerry Judah and Lord March and the team at Goodwood. Once the concept is agreed, the design is sent to structural engineering firm Capita Simons, who figures out how to turn the idea into reality. Then construction can begin in the unlikely location of sleepy Littlehampton by sea. There is nothing sleepy about Littlehampton welding. This will be their 9th Festival of Speed sculpture. Gerry Judah describes them as the true heroes of the job. The 911 sculpture is the tallest they have ever made, with each leg of the giant pair of dividers 34 metres, that's over 110 feet. Each of the 3 triangulated and tapering legs is made of sheets of steel up to 15 millimetres thick. All the panels are welded together, smoothed and then painted to a perfect finish. The whole thing weighs 22 tonnes, plus the weight of 3 911s on top. And incredibly, it all stands on just 6 triangles of steel, a mere 6 inches across. It has taken 8 weeks to make the 911 sculpture and another 2 weeks to put it up, ready for its triumphant unveiling at the GRRC ball on the Thursday night before the Festival of Speed. Gerry Judah is the creative force behind the central display at the Festival of Speed. He's with us now. Gerry, could you just tell us a little bit how you describe this year's sculpture?
Height, speed, dynamic, power, soaring, energy, and of course, in the middle of this amazing site and landscape, something which creates a wow for people to come and see it.
In what way do the sculpture and the car relate to each other?
Well, I think the lines of speed going up to the tail of the car, with the cars just hovering right above in the sky, says everything for the car. I mean, it really shows it to its best, I think.
I think when people see it, when it's unveiled, they will wonder at how it is supported. Now, how much of an engineering feat was that?
Well, it starts with imagination. You've got to imagine something that is so crazy and that you've just got to challenge the engineer and say, look, this is what I want to do. And it's often great when you get an engineering company that responds to it. And of course, here we have Capita Simons, who've been really brilliant working together with my ideas and with Littlehampton Welding. It's been a really good partnership because we collaborate. I think it's also about magic. You want to make people say, how the hell did they do that? And that is the challenge of engineering. We don't want great big heavy props. We want something to look like, how the hell did they get there?
How much of a thrill is it for you when it's unveiled?
Oh, I think understandably it's fabulous, but it's quite nerve-wracking because this one in particular has to line up beautifully with each other. We're dealing with a site that is very, very undulated in front of a stately home with people living and working a few meters behind, and we're trying to get it precisionally to touch and to support each other. So in a sense, that's the major challenge of it. And once we overcome that, and it works and people look at it and say, God, how did they do that? How does it join? How does it magic itself into this place? I think that's really the thing I find most exciting. And when it's up, yes, it looks great, but it's this bit that I find more exciting and more nerve-wracking.
And the thrill for us now is to see the sculpture in all its glory, as you will by now have done. And its fate after the Festival of Speed, some have found permanent homes, but for most it's a one-way trip to the recyclers.